Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you see this. This is Dee with Older INFP-A Assertive Insights, and I just learned something watching YouTube today, and that was that deep intuitives, which INFP is one of them, are the cause of global warming. Now that problem has been solved, and there are 4 types of deep intuitives, which are the INFP, INFJ, INTP, and INTJ. But for the purposes of this video, this is INFP channel, so we're going to talk about INFP, but it does apply to the other intuitives. Deep intuitives, we're special, which take up about 10% of the population. You take the INFPs out of it, you have about 4% of the population. Keep that in mind. So, yeah, I was watching a video. I think it was Wisdom and Happiness, which I happen to like, and it talks about the, it's a newer channel, and it's AI kind of thing, but it does have some good ideas about the deep intuitives, usually based on Carl Jung. But this one was one that I think the creator did on his own, and it's more or less tongue-in-cheek. Or is it? Let me know in your comments. So, how are INFPs the cause of global warming? As I sit here wondering, getting ready to fry, and temperatures upwards of 113 degrees heat index for the next week. So anyway, okay, here are some. One is that we think a lot. We're in our head, we think a lot, we process a lot, and all of that brain energy and thinking creates heat. So you get 4% of the population that are doing it, and we don't shut off. That's another thing. So our brains don't shut off, and other people do. They think when they need to think, but the deep intuitives do not. We're thinking, processing, reflecting, ruminating, whatever words you want to use, and all that in between, constantly. So we put off a lot of energy, which in turn produces a lot of heat. I happen to kind of agree with that. I know maybe that's why I'm not really having hot flashes. Maybe that's why I am, maybe it's my mental energy, the heat from that. So anyway, that's one way. The second way is that we tend to leave lights on, either because we forgot to turn them off, depending on which personality type you are. With the deep intuitives, I would say INFPs forget to turn the lights off, or we're both, or we're so engrossed in what we're working on that we are totally not cognizant of what's around us. So I happen to, so that wastes electricity. So that adds to it too. Global warming, because we're using more electricity. And I can say right now, I do have my bedroom light on and my kitchen light on. That does not need to be on, but I just didn't turn it off. My camera's in my bedroom. I got the camera and I came in here. So I forgot a step. I didn't really forget it. I just moved past it. So yes, I'm burning electricity that doesn't need to be burned. I will go turn them off in a minute, because I'm involved in this project of this video right now. Another thing that some of us do is that whenever we have problems, Well, we all do this. Whenever we have problems, issues, anything that comes up, we're processors. And so a lot of us, maybe, let me know if you do this. Maybe some do, some don't. If you drive, it has to do with driving. If you drive, you go out late night, you take a drive. I don't know where in the world this person lives, because this was like not today's, not in my reality. There's always traffic and always lights, but the idea is you go in and you go for a drive. Well, even if you don't, it's said at night, so you're using electricity for that, you're using the battery, the headlights, whatever the car, you're using that in the daytime too. You're putting emissions in the air, contributing to global warming. So we like to go for long drives to process and be alone in our thoughts and process. So yes, we're contributing to global warming that way if you drive. And the last way, I do agree with that. I used to do that a lot. I remember when I first got divorced in 85, well 86, I went and bought a sports car. And we have what we call a belt line. It's the interstate, but now they call it interstate now. But the locals here, we call it the belt line because it actually goes in a circle around the city. I took that car around, I think the first few months I had that car, I put 10,000 miles on it. I had a lot of thinking to do. I will say that in my younger years, I did do that quite a lot. 3 or 4 months in, brand new car, and I have 10,000 miles on it, just going around the Beltline. So, which is a circle around the city. So yeah, anybody else do that? And the last thing that I think was mentioned is that the way that we contribute to global warming is that we're up in the middle of the night. We get a project and we can't sit on it overnight. We get up and we start doing it, and which that takes lights. Unless you do it in the dark or have a headlamp. I don't know if anybody has a headlamp in real life. I mean, when you're not night hiking or something, frog gigging. I'm from the South. We do frog gigging. I don't even know if people still do that. You need headlamps for that. But other than that, yeah, we do turn on lights in the middle of the night. And I know I do not do that anymore. But when I worked, I did that. I remember one time I had a boss and complained because I sent an email. This was back before iPhones, and this was back when you got your emails on your computers and they weren't laptops, and you did your computers at work usually. And some had PCs, desktops, that type thing in the old ancient days. But I had a boss, and something was on my mind, like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep without getting it off my plate, as I say. So I thought, well, that's the convenience of having an email, is that you can send it anytime you want to, and then they can read it anytime they want to. So I sent the email, got it off my plate, went to sleep. Well, the next day my boss talked to him, and he was like, what in the world are you sending me an email at 2 o'clock in the morning for? And I said, well, you didn't have to read it. You read your email when you feel like reading your email. And again, this is way before iPhones, when you got ding, whatever, notifications for everything. Didn't get notifications for everything. So evidently he was up too. Or maybe saw it first thing in the morning and then noticed the time it was sent. But yeah, I have been very guilty of that in my younger years, of doing that a million times. Even before computers, I'd get up. Well, I had to have a pen and a pad next to my bed, to write ideas down, or I'd forget it. And so yeah, I'm chronically doing that. So yes, I guess I've burned the midnight oil too much. Not oil, but the electricity. Here we go, electricity. I am definitely contributing to global warming. So anyway, this is just kind of a little fun video I wanted to do, because that was a fun video. But even though it's done in fun and tongue-in-cheek, I think there may be some truth to this. So what do you think? Let me know. Do we contribute to, more so than the general population? The other types, do we contribute more to global warming for the reasons I mentioned? Or if you have other ways that what INFPs do, post it in the comments below, and we'll make a list and see if we can do better. Okay, everybody. I hope everybody's doing safe. Stay cool. Stay safe. Hydrate. Stay cool if you can. I'm going to be in the house for the next week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.